Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome to the Cricket Happening Show. A bit late because I was waiting for this particular match to end here between West Indies and Australia, which was in the second match of the Tri Series, which was played at the Providence Stadium. Once again, it was a sluggish surface, and as I mentioned in my preview, dear fans and subscribers, it was absolutely what I said was absolutely right because the spinners were the ones who ruled the roost today, and West Indies. I would say, as far as West Indies were concerned, who were actually batting first, they definitely were really struggling. First, it was Mitchell Starc making a comeback into the Australian team and making his presence felt right away by picking up 2 wickets, and then the spinners joined in. As I said yesterday, it is definitely going to be a spinner's paradise, and that's what precisely happened as Adam Zampa, the leg spinner, and the right arm off spinner, the veteran off spinner, right arm off spinner Nathan Lyon, spun a web around the West Indies batsmen and forced them to make mistakes, and a lot of soft dismissals were there, and even though West Indies could muster only 113. They were all out for 113, and then the Australians went on to take a win by 6 wickets, but in the process, they also took a bonus point as they finished off the match in 25.4 overs. So the difference here was that, yes, definitely the spinners, even the West Indies spinners were also getting the purchase out of the wicket, but as I said, it all matters. It all comes down to the skills to play spin. And today, Australia was definitely the better team. It was David Warner who actually piloted them to victory with an unbeaten 55. So I'll be talking about that. I'll be giving you a match report. Also, the cricket news that is coming up is that England, as you know, Pakistan are going to tour England, and one would remember Mohammad Amir, who became famous for all the wrong reasons when he was in England, when he was involved in a big controversy, and then he was punished for that, and after that now the England have actually granted him a visa, so he would definitely be flying to England, and he's a part of the Pakistan cricket team that has been announced today to tour England. But first, let me head off towards this sluggish surface here at the West Indies, where the Providence Stadium in Guyana, where Australians were the ones who actually won the toss, and they, without any hesitation, decided to insert the West Indies, the host end. So West Indies started off with Johnson, Charles, and Andre Fletcher, and Mitchell Starc was the ball. Mitchell Starc, right from the first over, he already in the first delivery itself, there was a ball which Fletcher was beaten, but Fletcher was beaten, but then he also hit a boundary, but that was it for Andre Fletcher, as Mitchell Starc picked up the first wicket by getting a ball to move in late. In fact, it was an outswinger from Mitchell Starc which was moving away, and Andre Fletcher tried to have a slash at it, and backward point came into the picture. Maxwell pouching the catch. Andre Fletcher was gone. Caught Maxwell, bowled Starc for 4. That was wicket number 1, 6 for 1 in the very first over. So Mitchell Starc on his comeback into the Australian team, actually drawing first blood for the Aussies. Charles was joined in by Darren Bravo, and then there was a sort of stitching going on for sure on this sluggish surface. And what one was seeing about Mitchell Starc was that Mitchell Starc was bowling at a good speed. In fact, he was hitting 150 at times, and he was looking pretty sharp there. And we saw that he was in his full element, one could say, and he was nicely coming. His ball was nicely coming out of his hand, and it was really making difficult for this West Indies batsman. So Charles and Bravo had to be watchful. At the other end, Josh Hazlewood was the bowler, and then Charles and Bravo had to stitch the innings together, and they did it by adding 46 runs in the 10 overs. So definitely the power play was not something which was very fruitful for the West Indies, as they had to bide their time, and there was a stitching going on as far as the partnership was concerned. So once the 46 runs were put, that was the time we saw the introduction of a spin into the mix. It was Mitchell Marsh who actually forced a shot from Darren Bravo. Darren Bravo tried to go over the extra cover region. Adam Zampa taking the catch. He was gone for 19 of 31 delivers with 3 fours. So that made it 50 for 2. And then with 9 runs added to the tally, when the score reached 59, it was Mitchell Starc who was actually brought back into the attack. when the spinners were bowling, and that was a good move, I thought, by the skipper, the Aussie skipper Stephen Smith, as he brought in Mitchell Starc, and Mitchell Starc plucked the stumps of Johnson Charles with a beautiful Yorker, which was aimed at the stumps. So Johnson Charles was gone after making 22 of 40. That was 1-4 and 1-6, made it 59 for 3. And then we had two new batsmen at the crease, Samuels and Ramadan, and now the problem started beginning, and now it was the turn for the spinners to rule the roost till such time. Correction here, I said 113, West Indies were all up for 116. It all started from 59 for 3. It was a very real struggle, and also, even though one could say struggle, but probably it was the West Indies were close to playing some wrong strokes there by the spinners, and there was a lot of soft dismissals. So it all started with Marlon Samuels being a victim of Nathan Lyon when he didn't read a delivery which was pitched in line of the stumps. He was gone for 10. He playing down the wrong line, 10 of 14 deliveries. He was a goner. Ramadan was another victim, LBW this time, with from Glenn Maxwell, the other spinner, coming to the equation, out for 12 of 30 deliveries. Kieron Pollard wanted to put Lyon into the stands and ended up with Warner poaching the catch for naught. So that was a big wicket for the Aussies, I thought, because Kieron Pollard can really snatch the game away from you pretty quickly. But that didn't happen thanks to Nathan Lyon. And then we saw Brathwaite coming in, and Brathwaite, well, he contributed whatever he could, but he knew that it was not easy with only the other players for company, because Jason Holder, the captain, knew nothing about a delivery from Zampa, which probably Holder thought that probably the ball would actually grip, but instead Zampa got a skidder on and the ball shattered the stumps of Jason Holder for 1. He was gone for 1. Suleiman Ben was caught on ball and Nathan Lyon for 3 of his own bowling of 7 deliveries, and Sunil Nadi trying a wide hike at the bowling of Adam Zampa across the line was taken behind by the stumps by Matthew Wade, Matthew Wade behind the stumps. He was gone for 5. Taylor was not on 5, and finally Brathwaite holed out into the deep to Finch at the bottom of Zampa for 21 for 48. There was 1-4 and 1-6. The West Indies innings coming to a close as the West Indies were rolled out for 116 by the Aussies. Now, as far as the bowling is concerned, Mitchell Starc, as I said, coming back into this match, making a comeback into the Australian team for this match. In fact, bowled a superb line, and on a slightly surface, I thought he did a pretty good job and had a nice return of 2 for 37. As we saw that he was really hitting the 150 mark as far as the speed was concerned, and he was really making life difficult for the batsman. Josh Hazlewood, 3 overs, none for 13. Nathan Lyon, look at that spin of Nathan Lyon, was the man of match today. 10 overs, 2 maidens, 39 runs and 3 wickets. Splendid bowling from Nathan Lyon. Mitchell Marsh, 3 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 5. Adam Zampa doing a beautiful job. 5.3 overs, no maiden, 3 for 16. Glenn Maxwell, 2 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 3. So that was as far as the West Indies card was concerned. Now let's have a look at how the Aussies fared. Well, the Aussies started off with David Warner and Finch, and definitely one knew that with West Indies also having the spinners of the class of Sunil Narine and Suleiman Ben, it was not going to be easy. David Warner and Finch started off, but they didn't have any much alarms. In fact, it was a nice move by the Jason Holder, the skipper of the West Indies cricket team, to actually put in Sunil Narine right there into the firing line, as he was the one who started the bowling, the new cherry, along with Jerome Taylor, and David Warner and Finch started off. Finch was a bit shaky, one could say, but David Warner was really what one was seeing from David Warner. David Warner was pretty selective in his stroke making. He was not really getting for the stroke, but our own Finch was trying to hit a few boundaries. But once he reached his 19 of 30 deliveries with 4 fours, it was Jason Holder actually trapping Aaron Finch. Aaron Finch trying to flick Holder, missed the line, and was trapped LBW for 19. So the wicket number 1 for the Aussies, 44 for 1 in the 8th over, as Usman Khwaja came in 1 drop to join David Warner. As I said, David Warner was not really aggressive. He was really sussing up the pitch, and he was playing according to the needs of the game at that particular time. Usman Khwaja came in, and Usman Khwaja was intent on stroking some few boundaries. So he actually he's a good player of spin too, and we definitely saw Nice use of his feet as he drove Sunil Narine and Ben for boundaries. And Usman Khwaja had made an attractive 27 of 30 balls with 5 fours when Ben struck by picking up his wicket, getting him caught by a holder for 27. That made it 85 for 2. Smith came in and suddenly there was a bit of a flutter, a very very slight flutter, because in the 20th over we saw 2 wickets falling quickly. First was the skipper Stephen Smith, who was trapped by Narine LBW for 6 of 10 deliveries, and Glenn Maxwell was out to the very second delivery in the same over. He was castled by Narine, could not read a delivery from Narine, and the ball dipped, spun very sharply, and went to break the timber of Maxwell. So he was gone for naught, and that made it 90 for 4. But again, as I said, there was a cool head guy, David Warner. As I said, he was really understanding the needs of the game, and he played accordingly, and he was there, and Mitchell Marsh gave him company in that victory as Australia closed down on the total in the 26th over as they won the match, with David Warner remaining not out on 55 of as many balls with 3 fours and 1 6. Mitchell Marsh kept him company, not out on 9 of 19 deliveries. Match over, and as I said, Australia finishing off the match in pretty good style thanks to David Warner, fetched them the bonus point. In fact, they have 5 points instead of getting 4 points. They now have 5 points. In fact, they are ahead of West Indies, who have 4 points now. So Australia getting that bonus point, which really would matter if it really comes to something like a run rate, or probably whatever you call it. As far as the bowling was concerned, so it was a 6-wicket victory for the Aussies. And Sunil Narine, 10 overs, 2 minutes, 2 for 36, completed his quota. Jerome Taylor, 3 overs, 1 for 20. Ben, 6 overs, 1 for 21, also bowled a decent line. Jason Holder, 3 overs, 1 for 21. Brathwaite, 3 overs, none for 14. And Fletcher bowling 4 balls for 4 runs. Nathan Lyon for Australia was named man of the match. So Australia, in the very first match of the tri-series, picking up bonus points and have 5 points on the board, and now they are actually topping the table there in this tri-series. And the next game, which will be coming up, should be on Tuesday. I reckon it should be Australia-South Africa, but I still have to check my calendar. Well, dear fans, subscribers, now let's have some cricket news here. As I said, the cricket news that I would like to talk about is that the England team, so the Pakistan team has been selected for England, and one would remember Mohammad Amir for all the wrong reasons in England for the spot fixing in September last year, and England have agreed to actually grant him the visa, and that's the precise reason Mohammad Amir has been included in the Pakistan's limited over squad, in Pakistan's squad for the tour of England. So the team has been announced. We'll have a look at the teams. There is no place for Ahmed Shahzad, very unfortunate, and that Bilal Asif, there's no Fawad Alam. Shoaib Malik is finding himself out now. That is a very very surprising thing. One knows that Junaid Khan is still fighting some injury. One can understand that, but one does not understand why Shoaib Malik is not figuring the team, because I thought he has played with lots of consistency, and we all know that Pakistan are under the new coach this time. It's none other than Inzamam ul Haq, who is the new coach of the team, as we all know. So Inzamam ul Haq is the new coach of the team, and that would be pretty interesting as to how he takes Pakistan forward. Chief selector, sorry. He's the chief selector of the team, Inzamam ul Haq, and one was a bit surprised to see that Shoaib Malik's name is not figuring, especially considering the fact that he has been performing very well in all formats of the game. So to me, it comes as a bit of a surprise that Shoaib Malik is not included in the team. But one does not know what are the reasons. Well, if it is due to some injury, one can understand. But if it's not, I'm afraid I'm a bit surprised here that Shoaib Malik does not find a spot in the team. Now, this team is, and this is the first time that Mohammad Amir will be playing in test matches, because we know Mohammad Amir, after coming back from his, after being cleared of everything, he has been taking part in the T20 World Cup. He played in one-day internationals, but one has never seen him in the test matches, and that is the one which I think is going to be the key for Pakistan, because I thought he's going to offer a lot for Pakistan in that particular arena. There's no doubt about it. And the changes in the squad, well, I can say that let's have a look at the squad that has been selected. There are some new faces. Sami Aslam, Iftikhar Ahmed is there. There's Mohammad Rizwan, the wicketkeeper. So they are taking two wicket keepers this time. So Mohammad Rizwan would be the reserve wicket keeper. Now Sohail Khan would understand. He played in the T20 World Cup. After that, one didn't see him. So Sohail Khan is back. He's a good pace bowler, and then he would be along with Mohammad Ami. So let's have a look at the team. And there is no Mohammad Hafiz, I reckon, and Mohammad Hafiz, that is due to injury. Mohammad Hafiz is also not fit. So let's have my apologies there. Mohammad Hafiz is a part of the team. So the team consists of, so this is the team that has been selected for the Tour of England by Pakistan. The first test lot starts on July the 14th, and they are going to play, it's going to be a 4 test matches, which would be the last at the Oval on 11th of August. Looking at the squad here, Mohammad Hafiz, Shan Masood, Sami Aslam has come back on the dint of some good performances, I reckon, as far as the Pakistan domestic cricket season was concerned. He has done a good job, and that's the precise reason Aslam has come back, and he's also the former Pakistan under-19 captain. So he has come back. So Sami Aslam gets a chance, his first tour of England, and then Misbah-ul-Haq is the one who is going to be leading the side, is the captain of the team, and we all know what Misbah-ul-Haq can do. He has been a very successful Pakistan captain. Yunis Khan. Now Yunis Khan is there, so definitely there's a lot of solidity in that particular arena for the Pakistan. They are packed with a lot of experience there. Misbah-ul-Haq and Yunis Khan are real pillars as far as the Pakistan. I think they are the glue on which this Pakistan team will roll, especially not really taking away the credit from Mohammad Hafiz. He's also a very experienced bloke. But as I said, I'm a bit surprised here to see that Shoaib Malik does not find a spot in the Pakistan team. Azhar Ali, we all know what Azhar Ali is. He's one of the persons with some wonderful technique as far as test matches are concerned. Asad Shafiq, another consistent player. Iftikhar Ahmed, Sarfraz Ahmed, the wicketkeeper. They also have Mohammad Rizwan, who is the reserve wicketkeeper for the team, and also is a good bat too. Zulfikar Babar, the spinning. Let's have a look at the bowling, because the bowling is the one which would be the key in England. As you know, the English conditions are something which are pretty different, unlike other countries. And Mohammad Ami, to me, is going to hold the key, because he's a man who would be swinging the ball at a good pace, and he's the one who will be swinging the ball at pace both ways. And with the conditions prevailing in England, I think Mohammad Amir is going to offer a lot for Pakistan, no doubt about it. He would probably be partnered by Sohail Khan, and they also have some very good swing bowlers like Imran Khan. Rahat Ali is another one. So this is the pace bowling attack that it comprises of. One would have definitely would have loved to see Junaid Khan in action, because Junaid Khan is having good knowledge of English conditions. He has been playing in the English county scene for quite a long time, and he's the one who would know everything inside out in England. But unfortunately, due to injury, he's not able to make it. So that is something which is glaring, which is an omission, which is unfortunately due to an injury, which is really acceptable. But again, as I said, Shoaib Malik not there in the team really doesn't really tell me as to what's happening. The spin would be in the hands of the very Yasir Shah is coming back after testing positive, as you would remember. So Yasir Shah is back, so that is the good thing, and that's the precise reason he missed the T20 World Cup, but he's back into full color. So Yasir Shah, we all know what a great job he has done for Pakistan. He has become the fastest to the 50 wickets in Pakistan. He has also, so that it definitely says that Yasir Shah is another one who would be playing a lead role. To me, the bowling, I think it would be Mohammad Amir and Yasir Shah who would be holding the key. And Zulfikar Babar, also not taking the credit away from this very wily and old bowler, Zulfikar Babar, whose age is who definitely defies his bowling, no doubt about it. And he's about over 35, and but still he would be a